Have you ever thought about what alternatives you have when setting your strategy workflow? How uncertainties affect your choices? Or is the strategy an exclusive work of the top executives alone? Or maybe a more collectivistic approach might be more suitable? Should you rely on intuition, experimentation, or hardcore data, and when? As you can imagine, we can go on and on. Since this is a huge topic, we have decided to cover the traditional approaches of strategy creation process in this video, namely, classic approach, strategic planning, positioning approach, and entrepreneurial approach. More advanced approaches, like learning or experimentation-driven, political, coaching, culture-based, and contingent approaches, will be elaborated within the next video. The classic approach, which rose to prominence in the mid-20th century, is most famously embodied by the SWOT analysis framework. This approach focuses on aligning a company's internal strengths and weaknesses with external opportunities and threats. However, the classic approach is more than just a SWOT analysis. It represents a structured, iterative process where various strategic options are outlined, evaluated, and selected. A key feature of this method is the separation of strategy formation and implementation, with the CEO often acting as the primary strategist. This approach emphasizes that structure follows strategy, ensuring the organization's design supports the preset strategic plan. Despite its structured nature, the classic approach faces criticism for being static and inflexible. In today's fast-changing environments, sticking to a rigid strategy can limit adaptability, a reality brought to the forefront during global disruptions like the COVID-19 pandemic. Nevertheless, the classic approach remains effective in stable environments, particularly when starting a new company or undergoing major transformations. It provides a clear, fundamental framework to align internal capabilities with external dynamics. The strategic planning approach takes programming and structure to the next level, offering a detailed, step-by-step method often favored by large organizations. The steps include 1. Objective setting, establishing clear quantitative goals like market share, EBITDA, and similar. 2. External audit, predicting external factors like market demand and competition. 3. Internal audit, reviewing internal capabilities and competitive advantages. 4th, strategy evaluation, using financial models and ROI analysis to compare different initiatives. 5. Operationalization, formulating a system of plans with sub-strategies and budgets. 6. Scheduling, programming activities and setting deadlines for execution. One of the strengths of this method is its predictive nature. Tools like financial models, scenario planning, and strategic control help to prepare companies for a range of contingencies, allowing for constant monitoring and adjustment of the strategy process during the implementation. However, its reliance on historical data and formalized structure can be a disadvantage in fast-evolving markets. The strategic planning approach may inadvertently detach decision-makers from the market's realities, as its rigid steps can inhibit creativity and adaptability, while separate thinkers and analysts from doers. Yet, in stable environments and industries where performance measurement and strategic control are critical, this approach shines. It's especially valuable for companies undergoing restructuring, where making decisions about resource allocation and divestitures are key to future growth, first and foremost, in large companies. Inspired by military strategy, the positioning approach focuses on analyzing industries and market positions to secure a competitive edge. Heavily influenced by Professor Michael Porter and leading consultants, this approach emphasizes finding market segments where companies can generate higher profits than competitors. Porter's well-known tools like 5 Forces, generic strategies, and the value chain provide businesses with a structured way to evaluate industry dynamics, identify competitive pressures, and plan strategic responses such as vertical integration or entering profitable niches. Alongside frameworks like the BCG matrix and experience curve, companies can assess their product portfolios and seek cost advantages by playing on the card of economies of scale. However, this approach has limitations. It emphasizes industry analysis over internal creativity or breakthrough innovation, and it maintains a top-down approach, separating strategy formation from execution. As a result, it may not suit fast-changing or early-stage environments where flexibility and creativity are vital. For businesses in established industries, however, the positioning approach provides practical tools to navigate competition, manage growth, and optimize profitability without needing to reinvent their market position. In contrast to the structured, data-driven approaches above, the entrepreneurial approach starts with vision and mission. It focuses on creating something new, rather than merely reacting to external factors. This approach relies heavily on the entrepreneur's intuition, experience, and insight, making it more adaptable to uncertainty and open to experimentation. This approach is marked by its boldness. Entrepreneurs actively seek opportunities to solve problems with their vision, making independent decisions, and often taking significant risks for the promise of high rewards. It's most applicable in startups or turnaround situations, where creativity, flexibility, and fast decision-making are critical. However, the entrepreneurial approach isn't without its challenges. The centralized power and heavy reliance on one individual's vision can be difficult to replicate and scale. In large organizations, it can also lead to groupthink or an overemphasis on a single person's ideas, which can stifle further innovation. Still, this approach is unique and innovative, making it an essential part of change management and keeping even large companies flexible and adaptable in the face of evolving challenges. Crafting the right strategy requires a clear understanding of your environment, your organization's capabilities, and your long-term goals. While the classic and strategic planning approaches provide solid, structured frameworks in stable conditions, the positioning approach helps you navigate competitive landscapes. In contrast, the entrepreneurial approach thrives in uncertainty, fostering innovation and adaptability. Yet, as you can imagine, in fast-changing environments and raising uncertainties, even if you combine the good practices coming from traditional approaches, you still might be struggling. That's why, within next video, we'll present 5 more approaches on how to master your strategy creation process. Stay tuned and subscribe.